Wendell Young, he's going to have to start wearing rings on a different hand. This is his 6th title. 2 Stanley Cups, 2 Turner Cups, a Calder Cup, and a Memorial Cup.
You only need one leader. He came up with some fabulous saves, and he did a great job at the start of the game. Both goalkeepers have played well. Drafted from Cole Harbour, Nova Scotia, is Young.
Inside there's Ekman, cuts for the net, his shot. Oh, Wendell Young just robbed him.
I've been waiting all year to do that.
Kenna down around behind the net, rolls it in front of the shot. What a save!
Beautiful.
Oh, what a play and what a save!
I absolutely 100% didn't want to be a goalie. It used to be that a lot of goalies were kids that couldn't skate, but in reality, you got to be one of the best skaters on the team. First of all, I'm probably one of the normal goalies. And actually, I'm not just saying that, I've heard it from a lot of people. I'm relatively normal in the goalie profession.
Wendell, it takes a special person to win championships. It takes a special gel, a special magic on the ice and in the room. You've proven you had that 6 times, more than anybody else I know.
It substantiates that I actually played the game at a lot of levels, and I've played it at a high level and a high caliber. But it also substantiates that I played on some great teams. You know, some people go through careers and don't play on great teams. I was fortunate enough to play on a lot of great teams at a lot of levels. You know, I always say I wasn't the greatest player that played the game, but I tried the hardest. Ubi, I call Ubi my godfather because he's looked after me throughout my whole career. Ubi ends up becoming head coach with Tony Esposito, legendary Tony Esposito. Pittsburgh needed a goalie, and Ubi says, "Why don't you go and get this Wendell Young?" I never knew Ubi at the time, and he said, "Why don't you go get this Wendell Young?" And Tony Esposito's reaction was, "Who the hell is Wendell Young?" Expansion draft comes up, and who's running the Tampa Bay Lightning but Phil Esposito, Tony Esposito's brother. Tony Esposito, Ubi's a part of the organization, so I become the first player in the Tampa Bay Lightning history. First year of the Chicago Wolves, expansion franchise. They need a goalie, so Ubi called his old buddy Tony and Phil Esposito and said, "Hey, I know there's a lockout. I need a goalie. Why don't you send me Wendell?"
If we look at the replay, I think it's a goal, because I do think it was in.
I don't.
Well, let's take a look at it.
I do not. This is the same guy last year who called the phantom goal.
Well, Wendell Young has absolutely had it with that end of the ice.
Puck gets deflected, hits the crossbar, goes out, puts on the light. The referee calls a goal. And I turn around over my shoulder, and who's the goal judge? The same guy. So I end up getting kicked out. I went to the dressing room, got my equipment off as quick as I could. Just in my long hockey underwear, I ran down the hallway from the foul blue line, under the stands, all the way down, into where the Zamboni is, poked him on the shoulder, and he turned around. He's an older guy, and I thought he might have took a heart attack because he turned white, that he realized I was standing there. I said, "Now you can hear me." So as I'm walking back to the room, I can hear all the security running down the hallway, and it was like a cartoon. I'm opening the door, and the security's running by me, and when they get by me, I walk out to the next door, and they're coming, and I'm opening the door for them, and they're running by me. So they're all down in the Zamboni area, and I'm strolling back to the dressing room, and somehow Chevy worked his magic, and I didn't even get a fine or a suspension out of it. I didn't miss a beat.
Hey, Wendell, how sweet it is to be loved by you.
Hockey trophies in general, you know, it's the Memorial Cup, the Calder Cup, the Turner Cup, the Stanley Cup. They're cups. So you can actually drink out of them, which makes them unique. If you saw a Major League Baseball, it's just a bunch of pennants. You saw the football, Major League Football. It's a Lombardi Trophy. It's a football. You know, the basketball, it's a basketball. You can't drink out of that. Okay, they each pass around, they hug it, but you actually use it as almost like a chalice. And so I had the cups on, I had the Stanley Cup on the airplane coming from Chicago back to Pittsburgh, and I brought it off. I controlled it on the plane, went up and down the plane with it, and just something I've always done to make sure because everyone in some way has contributed to us winning a championship. We have a core covenant on our team, and it's called, it says, and the first thing on it says family first, and it's not just our immediate family, it's our hockey family, our teammates, our organization. That's, we're one big family.